What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to your channel. Judging by the title of today's video, honestly, I was not anticipating even making this. I literally, my last upload was saying that OpTic was going to stick. Hector kind of somewhat confirmed it on the OpTic podcast, and now their whole team's gone. So, as you guys can tell over social media, Reddit, Twitter, whatever, Illey and Dashy are restricted free agents. Well, Dashy's restricted. I believe Illey is unrestricted. Could be wrong on that. But nonetheless, two free agents. That means Scump and Shotzi are a current team of two. And I think this kind of not confirms, but almost bolsters the rumors of like Cammy, Hydra, Afro. Like they're making a two-man change, which was completely out of left field. I don't think, I mean, like I said, I made a whole video saying that they were sticking and I was happy because I thought their team was really good. And they're kind of doing almost a merger-esque ROSTERMANIA thing where they bring two and two together. So, I don't know if Seth is going to try to run flex, if they're going to go for another sub. Obviously, they dropped Brandon, meaning that they need a main AR. Is that like a Cammy angle? Could they pick up Cam to run a main, and then Seth could switch to flex, and then they pick up a sub like Hydra? It's just like a million possibilities. And obviously, you know, everyone's going to be talking about it. Everyone's going to have their own opinions. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of them today with you guys and see what comes out of it, because honestly, I was not anticipating making this video whatsoever. So I think we're going to start with the most popular rumor, which is Hydra joining OpTic as a sub, and then you have Seth running flex, which means you need a main. I wholeheartedly think that they're not going to go after traditional main AR, someone that has ran it before. I don't think Caesar is going to be an angle on this team. I don't know if like some like ridiculous blockbuster thing happens where like Brandon goes to FaZe, Alec rejoins OpTic, like just some crazy like that. I don't think that's in the realm of possibility. I think whoever they pick up is going to be a new main AR, if that makes sense. That's why I think the Cammy angle could work. I think that was a pretty big talking point that a lot of people had for potential roster changes if OpTic were to make one, and now they're making two. So I know New York also offered Paco like that $500,000 contract. Everyone's been talking about that as well. So if he's willing to sacrifice something like that to join OpTic, which I think anyone should at that point, he's very young in his career. OpTic is obviously the place that everyone would like to play ideally. It's just the fact that I'm even talking about this or making this video is insane. So like I said, I think their main AR angle is going to be someone that's not a traditional AR player, or a traditional main AR player, I should say. And then I think I am fairly confident that Seth is switching to a flex. I think that like he's at the end of his career at this point. It's something that he really hasn't done, and he's always been relatively proficient with an AR as well. But he's just Scump. He's always ran a sub. It's just like, you know, what he does. But we saw glimpses of it this year on Gav, where he could run AR. He had like the highest Gav KD of any player in the league or something like that. Highest on his team as well. So I'm very curious to see what's going to end up happening. I have a strong feeling Seth switching to a flex, and then they bring in like an Afro or a Hydra, unless there's just some crazy like off the wall changes that I just don't know are coming. Like, dude, what is happening? Another angle that I was thinking of, since Attach is also an unrestricted free agent, meaning he can do whatever he wants, and we know Dylan is, you know, just interaction farmer baiting on Twitter. Unrestricted, he can do what he wants to do, and I think he should be running main AR. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure he had team options lined up at this point, but I think once this news dropped, I'm sure that like everything kind of went out the window. This is ROSTERMANIA news that everyone like stops for a second and reevaluates their current situation in, which is why ROSTERMANIA is always insane. And we're not even talking about what potential Illey could do or potential Brandon could do in another team. Like those are two players that you stop all ROSTERMANIA news for if you're building a new roster, if you're making changes, and you try to figure out how to get those guys on your team. So it's going to be insane. Could we see like, they're both Canadian, could we see a Toronto like merger here? Dude, it's the rumors, the possibilities. It's making my brain hurt. It's making my brain hurt. I will say I'm happy that I'm not in the middle of it, and I get to enjoy from the outside just the absolute mayhem that is currently unfolding. But I've said it 1,000 times, but I really wasn't expecting this to be a thing. I thought OpTic was a for sure lock for next season, but I'm kind of happy they're not, just because like the possibility, the whole league is being, I can't even speak, the whole league is being shaken up. To summarize really quickly, I do think Seth is switching to a flex. This is just my personal opinion. This isn't like me confirming anything. I think Seth is gonna switch to a flex. I think they're gonna go after a sub, being like Afro Hydra, something like that, and I think they get a non-traditional main AR, being like Cammy attach, something like that. I just got a strong feeling about it. But you also have to keep in mind that you dropped a top 2 MVP candidate in Dashy. I honestly thought Brandon was gonna play for OpTic his entire fucking life. I didn't see another world where that wasn't the case, but I think that Brandon definitely approaches a lot of teams. I think FaZe is like the one where everyone's like, oh my god, imagine the possibilities if he replaced Alec, and then Alec could shake up all of ROSTERMANIA as well. So I'm sure you guys are going to see a lot of dominoes starting to fall within the next couple of days now that Illey and Dashy are like talking to teams and approaching rosters and stuff like that. We're going to get a lot more news. One more potential angle before I do close the video here is, I know Seattle is rumored to be staying together, but I think if you, again, guys, this is just like, I almost want to consider every possible angle just because no one thought that Brandon would be getting dropped. So I feel like anything's possible at this point, right? Therefore, I think Dash to Seattle with all 3 of those guys would be a very good team. The only thing is the cliche Lamar like leadership role would be gone. I don't think Brandon is far enough along in his career to really be able to hold the reins of an IGL. Even me, it took me 8 fucking years to figure out how to do it properly. So I think it is a very big cliche in Call of Duty to have someone that's able to lead the way that Lamar can, and I think that's the reason that team worked so well. But if you just want to go like pure slaying world star ability, then I think Brandon for Lamar could be like a cool angle. Again, that's a shit ton of kills, and most of the time kills lead to wins. So food for thought there. I think it's a definite possibility. Again, like Dashy to FaZe kind of thing. We haven't really touched on Ender this entire time. I think Ender is a little bit different because he could fit onto pretty much any roster, I think. He's a very solid role player, phenomenal S&D player, phenomenal leader. So I think that that's just something he was born with. He didn't have to teach himself. There's a lot of people that are like able to come into the scene and lead very well. I was not one of them. I was always just like make the plays, get the kills, play my own game style, and I had to transition more so this year. So I think the fact that Ender comes with that already as early into his career as he is, I think that's a huge talking point for any potential roster that he could end up on. And I really, it's hard to speculate for Ender because, again, he could fit pretty much anywhere. So I'm not really sure what his angle is going to be. I think a lot of people are more focused on Dashy right now just because his releasing was not something that anyone had in the cards. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below for potential rosters. Again, I think the Shotzzy Scump, like Hydra Cammy, or Cammy attach, something like that, I think is the most prevalent option. Let me know if you guys think it's an upgrade, downgrade. Honestly, I don't even know what to think anymore. So I'm gonna end the video. I appreciate you guys for watching. If there's any further news, which there will be in the coming days, obviously there will be a video here, and if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out the second channel. I'm uploading on there almost daily, just like random clips and shit from stream and talking points about ROSTERMANIA. So appreciate you guys for watching. As always, have a fantastic rest of your day.